Plunder Patrol. It's time to talk about it. A, B, C, D, E, all the way to nah. It was really corny. Let's get into it.
So it seems we've entered Davy Jones' Lager. What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Plunder Patrol Ship Jord is a level 8 synchro effect monster that has it's basically going to kind of change the deck, but it's basically revolutionizing the way the deck is going to be seen a little bit. Whether it's leaving the token in the pendulum scale, it's going to leave a token on the field, and then you can declare an attribute, and it's going to be a leftover fodder for whatever ship that you want to go into after that, which is really, really powerful. But it also says if your opponent special summons a monster, you can add one Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. Key that it says card. Then if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can special summon one Plunder Patrol monster from your deck. So if you're playing the game in any kind of way, you're going to pop off with this card. The other effect says you can target one Plunder Patrol card in your graveyard and then add it to your hand. So basically, whether you're getting an extender back, whether you're getting the trap back, whether you're getting the field spell back, you're going to get something back for this card in return. And I feel that is really, really powerful and really, really key to note, because basically if you have a card like this that starts off a lot of offense as well as a lot of recursion within the same card, it's definitely going to help the deck reach another echelon. I'm not going to say it's going to be meta after this, but I definitely feel like Plunder Patrol Ship Jord is definitely a very, very powerful card that has been added to the repertoire, and when it comes out, it's basically going to revolutionize the deck. That's just my opinion. As far as the build behind that, this is kind of derived from the YCS list, which basically he was just hard going second. I really like this version. I play another version I'll show here in a second, but this version basically, because the link 2 says 2 monsters including a Plunder Patrol monster, that means that one of them does not have to be. Therefore, taking cards from your opponent and making them react, activating Raigeki and then chaining Gamma because they're going to try to negate that, or activating Change of Heart, or activating anything and their effects start to resolve and their monster effects start to activate, boom, they get hit with Gamma, they get hit with talents, they get chained with droplets, they get cracked with evenly. This version is very, very powerful, and I kind of lean towards this version a little bit more. This is better than the hand trap version. As far as the hand trap version, if you're not feeling that version, then this is just the hand trap version, that if you're playing a very heavy meta where there's a lot of tier around you, there's a lot of other decks, and you're worried about, you can slip nib in and out of the deck, but if you're worried about specific decks, then this is the hand trap version that I would recommend playing, and these are the 2 versions that I play the most. This is just what I play. You don't have to play what I play. Some people like the adventure stuff. I don't like it at all, just because it doesn't work out that well for me, and I just want to play Desires and get to what Plunder Patrol does very, very quickly. But Illegal Knight as well as Griffin are very, very powerful cards. Getting back into the deck though, Blackbeard is a very, very powerful card as well, and this is essentially what the whole deck revolves around, because basically you get to target an effect monster you control and then special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as a monster that your opponent controls. So if they're playing a fire deck, you special summon Brand. If they're playing a light deck, you special summon Lice, and that's pretty much how it goes from there. As far as the actual extenders, you have Golden Hair. Golden Hair is an easy extender that just jumps out onto the field. If you have any kind of setup, you just spam around on the field. Bluebeard is also the same thing. Most of the cards are either extenders or the actual quote unquote, I want to say like pilots, just because it reminds me kind of Cosmo. It's in that rogue category. But Redbeard essentially is going to replace a card back onto the field. And basically what I mean by replacing a card is it's going to, when it's sent to the graveyard, target a Plunder Patrol monster that you control, and then this card is going to equip to that, and as long as it's not another Redbeard, which a lot of people only play 2 of this for that reason, because it just can't equip to itself, which sucks, as well as Whitebeard, which obviously gets to do the same thing just out of the deck. All of these things, guys, whether it's putting another monster on the field with Whitebeard, Redbeard equipping a monster, all of them play into what Plunder Patrol is trying to do, and that is have a Plunder Patrol monster face up on the field, and then have an equip spell, it's actually a monster usually, on the field as well. Now whether that's Emblem being the equip spell that makes cards that can't be targeted, or the fusion spell that you're playing as well, all of these cards really work well together, kind of like the Orchest engine, to kind of get the job done. I'm not necessarily playing Access Code Talker in my version just because I don't feel like you need the pressure. Most of the time you can just put game on the board, but in this specific combo, shout out to Nick Barnes, the homie. But basically, guys, I wanted to show how to play around nib. If you're worried about nib, nib is better than people think it is, just because everybody kind of dropped their guard on it. So you still gotta play around it. And then the natural stuff that Plunder Patroll does, usually the old version you would try to go directly into the link too, but this card adds another layer because, well, again, it's going to either leave a token on the field, add a card to the hand if you have any kind of setup that has already happened earlier in the turn, or if you have stuff that's already kind of face up on the field and you're getting to pop off, you're going to basically have another card be able to be added to the hand as well, or special summoned out onto the field. Just depends on what your opponent is doing. It's kind of hard to show off what Plunder Patrol can do unless you're in some games, which I'll just have to do another video kind of showing the deck off. But as far as what the deck can do, essentially leaving a token on the field means that you have kind of link material for another link, which is Blackbeard, which you can end on anyway. So basically the synchro is going to help you to extend to the Blackbeard anyway. Guys, let me know what you think about Plunder Patrol. How much is this card going to help? How many more combos do you want to see? Are there specific versions that you want to see? Let us know down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Pegasus out. ARRRGHHHH. Jabel!
Come down. Come around. You're good. Good.